Alright, what's going on guys? It's Epoxy, and here in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to install Skyrim Script Extender or SKSE, and this is for the original Skyrim, not for Skyrim Special Edition. Now this is build 1.7.3. We're not going to be installing it through Steam, we're not going to be installing it with the installer, we're going to be installing it manually. And the reason for that is because we all enjoy a clean data directory, do we not? I feel like we do. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to install it manually and through the mod manager. So let's just jump right into it. Right off the bat, you go to the link down in the description below, skse.silverlock.org. And right here, you're going to see current build 1.7.3. And you're going to skip over install via Steam. You're going to skip over installer and you're going to click on the 7-zip archive and save it to your downloads folder. And we'll go ahead and just open up the downloads folder. And you're going to need 7-zip. If you don't already have 7-zip for whatever reason on your computer, make sure to download it. Once you have 7-zip, just right click on the archive, go to 7-zip and extract it into a folder and open up that folder. And now we want to go ahead and go to the Skyrim directory as well. So we want to open up Steam and find the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, right click, go to properties, go to local files and browse local files, which will then bring us to the Skyrim directory. All you want to do from here is copy all of the files, not including the folders, and drag them on over to this directory where the 2 executables are. That is the first step of the installation done. Next thing you want to do is right click on data, go to 7-zip, and add to data.7zip. This will create an archived version of the data folder. Now what we want to do is rename it to something that we can recognize. So we're going to rename it to SKSE scripts. And that way we can recognize it in our mod manager. Open up our mod manager of choice and just drag over our SKSE scripts archive that we just created and let it go ahead and process, install, and then we'll go ahead and enable it. Once you've done that, that is the installation process. That is all you've got to do to get SKSE working. What you want to do now is launch the game through the SKSE loader executable. And once we get to the main menu, I'm going to show you how to ensure that SKSE is working correctly. And it's pretty simple. If you know how to open up the console window, that is fantastic. If you don't, it is the tilde key, which is the key next to the 1. Now, if you don't live in the US or Canada, it might be different for your keyboard. You're going to have to research that for yourself if it doesn't work. But once you have the console command window open, all you want to do is type get SKSE version without any spaces and hit enter, and you'll get an SKSE version 1.7.3. You'll get the release ID and the runtime, and that lets you know that Skyrim Script Extender is installed correctly. That is how you install SKSE for Skyrim 32-bit. If you enjoyed this video or got something out of it, please smack that like button down below and subscribe to join the good fights. If you haven't already, it would be super greatly appreciated as always. But anyways, guys, until next time, this is Epoxy signing off.